Hello and welcome back to Otogi Myth of Demons. We are moving on to stage 2. The most important thing on stage 2 outside of 100%ing the destruction in the level is we do need to pick up a spell. Now we're gonna go ahead and get started into the stage right away. I will show you this spell when we get to it and describe where to find it. But right now, let's get some background on this stage.
Go to the mansion deep in the forest near the capital and purge the demons living there.
All right, and this is the Forbidden Mansion. Now, as I said before, we are able to actually look into what creatures are going to be in the level before we get into it, so that we can properly prepare ourselves once we have different options of weapons, accessories, and magic. Right now, we don't have any of that, so we're gonna go in the way we are. However, I do still want to read the creature descriptions, so let's get into it. Okay, so these are Staff Raven Yasha. Exiles from the capital hiding in the forest evolved into these black winged creatures. They slash enemies to pieces with their deadly talons. House of Soryu. Now the houses that you see down there, that is which magical affinity the creatures come from. So there are 4 houses, and they work very similar to just about any sort of element-based system in most games. So opposing houses are weak against one another. So that's what those are. We'll get further into it as we get into the game and actually acquire magic. Right now, we don't have to worry about that because we do not have magic, so it doesn't matter what we use because we're using nothing. All right, next one. Flame Raven Yasha. Exiles from the capital hiding in the forest evolved into these black-winged creatures. They spew fireballs from their overly large beaks. Also House of Soryu. So fire in this game is one of the more deadly attacks we could be hit with. It works sort of like a bleed or just a general damage over time on our magic. And that can take us out pretty quick if we are not careful about it. Then there are Staff Raven Yasha. Once again, the first part is pretty much always the same with these guys. Exiles from the capital hiding in the forest evolved into these black-winged creatures. They display amazing battle prowess with their staves. And that is it. We have just the 3 enemy types. And now we can get right into it. We already heard this, so I'm fine with starting over that. As good as the voice acting is, we are gonna go ahead and purify the area. Now, I love the water drop as a confirmation of our choice on the main menu. It's such a clean design. I really do enjoy it. And even though we haven't seen much of it, the cherry blossom.
Feel the magic flow through.
Oh God.
Magic is spiritual energy. It resides in all living things. The power I have imparted to you was done so through magic. Without magic, you would fade from the living world. But as you purify each demon, your magic will be replenished.
Now, I don't know if you noticed, but while we're using light attacks, we cannot damage trees. However, our strong attack can easily take them down. So there are, I should say, times where we absolutely need to be taking, or using rather. Oof, that hurt. Yeah, there's definitely times where we need to be using our strong attacks against objects in the world. Now this is where we get our first magic spell from, is taking him down. We get Dragon level 1.
One more remains.
Now as you saw, when I got knocked back there and got slammed into the wall, I took a ton of damage. That works both for us and against us. So if we're able to knock back an enemy and send them flying into a wall, a building, anything, any objects. Okay, there's one of the spirits I was talking about on the previous episode that we need to release. As long as we destroy everything, we don't have to worry about searching for those, because they will just be hiding in all of these areas. So, this little lamp here, that will set us on fire if we are not careful when we destroy it, because that is one of the destructibles that we need to actually take care of here. So I'm gonna try to not run into that right there. I'm trying too hard right now. There we go, okay. Now the actual goal of this level is to destroy 2 of those stabbed enemies. We already took down 1 to get our magic. But there is one more out there somewhere. Now I'm trying to delay this as much as possible so I can actually get a decent destruction bonus, if not a perfect one. Probably will not get a perfect one on the first try, but I will try it. I will make a valiant attempt if I can. So that guy is trying to hit us with fire, which I really do not want to happen here. Thankfully, we have not yet had to worry about that. And we did get one of our lives back at some point. Okay, and even these little banisters actually count towards our destruction bonus. So the game can certainly feel very grindy. Oh, we found our next objective here. So I don't really want to fight him quite yet. There's a lot in here that I have not destroyed, and I would like to. So we're going to do what we can to try and avoid that creature for right now, because he is solely a melee character. Oh, I got hit with fire. So I was burning, but luckily I found a cure status right there, which removed the fire from us, thankfully. We still got this guy following us around, and I'm trying to not die to him while running away. Let's kill him, because he can give us some of our magic back. We are really limited by how much magic we have left. Oh, I walked right into that. Unfortunately, so we're burning again, and it's happening pretty quickly. I'm not super thrilled with how this is turning out right now. Oh, he does have some fire to him. Or was it just this guy? Probably just this guy. Oh, so that sound, we just lost one of our little lives. Oh, we don't want to get hit by that. There is a lock on, by the way, as you can see. I'm not always thrilled with it, but it does the job. So we didn't even get close to completely clearing out that level.
There is something you must do. You must revive the Great Seal. The seal protected the world of men for over 1,000 years. An age of prosperity cannot return until it is revived. You must seek out the essences. When the 4 essences are once again filled with power, the world of men will return to an era of harmony. That is your quest, to find and restore the essences.
Okay, so we acquired Dragon level 1. Our level has increased twice. Okay, so objects destroyed, we got a C. A is indeed the highest ranking for objects destroyed. There is no S ranking in this game. We only got to 80% of the spirits released, and we got a 10 max combo. Cleared it in 6 minutes. So now, we do indeed have some magic we can put on. Oop, I meant to go to magic. There we go. All right. We have Dragon level 1, House Soryu. A spell that calls forth dragons of deep blue light when summoned. The soaring dragons leap at the enemy and chase it down. So this is basically a homing spell. This is actually quite a good spell, especially when you're going after any large enemies or fast-moving ones. I'm almost positive it's a homing spell. Now we do have 2,410 of our gold. So we are gonna go to the shop. Now there are more things that become available as we move forward. Nothing in the weapon department. However, we now have 2 more magic spells that we could purchase. We have Phoenix level 1, House of Suzaku. A spell that calls forth a fiery phoenix. When summoned, it flies gracefully at any enemy present. No power can thwart its flight. I don't recall exactly how every single one of these spells works. We are going to test them all out though, and we will see how they work. I do remember this one though, the Butterfly, House of Genbu. A spell that calls forth a pale blue... Sorry, let me reread that. A spell that calls forth pale blue butterflies that swarm the enemy. Even the fastest creatures cannot escape from their fluttering attack. This is basically a shotgun spell, so you just whatever's in front of you, send out a cone of blue butterflies in front of you, and anything that's there is gonna get hit pretty hard. This spell is pretty much required for the 400 hit combo challenge that I spoke about in the previous episode. So these are both within our budget. However, I think I want to go and get our Belt of Good Omen. I would like to have an accessory, so I'm gonna go ahead and purchase this, and we will equip it as well for next time. Now, our weapons do have degradation as well, so as we use it, our stats on the weapon will go down. The weapon does not, I believe, break. However, it will get weaker as time goes by to a certain point. So in order to repair our current weapon, we would have to put down 7,900 gold, which we absolutely do not have at the moment. In fact, I don't think we've got enough to purchase anything else right now. So I am going to clear through the stage. There's nothing really that you haven't already seen in this stage, so I don't want to bore anyone with this. I'm going to clear these 100% on my own if there is nothing special to find. Just know that I am destroying all the things. Now, before I do go here, because this is even shorter than the last one so far, this game came out when instruction manuals were still a thing with video games. We don't see that too often anymore. And in the instructions, they give you information they never give you in the game itself. So I'm gonna read just real quick the profiles of both Raiko and the princess here, which is inside the manual. Raiko, male, mid-20s. Hero. Raiko is the last member of a clan that was charged with delivering the final death blow to end a person's life. His clan is thought to exist closest to death on the bridge that separates the world of the dead from the world of the living. This is why Raiko knows when it is time for someone new to die. Though Raiko was charged with this duty to deal out death by the court, he was always bothered by the task before him. One day he was given an order by the court to end his father's life. Raiko refused and ran away from the court, abandoning his duty. He almost died when the Great Seal collapsed. Yet the princess saved him from death, but held him in a state between life and death. Raiko must fulfill the quest set forth by the princess, and in doing so will cleanse the impurity of the past from his clan. And then for the princess, female, age unknown. The princess has given Raiko the power to remain in the world of the living in exchange for his servitude. She assigns him quests, and by performing these tasks, she will purify his past misdeeds. Personal details are unknown. Despite her calmness, her adamant resolution shows through in her cold voice. Nobody, even Raiko, has ever seen her real face. And with that, we are going to call this episode for the Forbidden Mansion. I am going to be going back through this. As I said, I will show you in the next episode the completion on it before I move on to the next stage. As always, any love that you decide to show to the channel or to the video itself is always greatly appreciated. I hope you have a great night, a great day. I hope you are well, and I will see you in the next one. So long.